The Arches Provincial Park. The Arches showcase a geological formation formed over millions of years as a result of glacial action, wind, and water erosion, and other environmental changes. Severe storms continue to slowly change and erode the arches. In the future, they will probably be reduced to rock pillars or sea stacks. So let's do that itchy boots thing and pull up a map of Newfoundland and show you where we've been and where we're going next, because I neglected to do that in my previous episode. So I have the map laid out over here. There, you can see it. And I've already traced where I've been and where I'm going. Here's the bottom half of the map of Newfoundland. And we had arrived at Port aux Basques here on our first day. And then we took Highway 470, heading east, stopping off at a maintenance yard for a meet and greet, and then continued on to Rose Blanche. And we were there at the lighthouse, hung out there for a little bit, and then we went back on 470, back towards the ferry, and then joined the Trans-Canada Highway and headed north. We stopped around Stephenville for lunch, continued north around Deer Lake here, and then headed towards Gros Morne. We then went into Gros Morne National Park, and we had our little incident in Woody Point. We had to backtrack a little bit so we could get better access to the road to Trout River, and that's where we spent the first night. This is what was posted for our itinerary for day 2, that we would have breakfast between 8 and 9, and then we would head out to Rocky Harbour between 9 and 10:15, and that was after going to Woody Point. Well, we didn't get off until 11 o'clock or so, because the itinerary says that we were going to be in the Arches at that time, but that didn't happen. We did grab a bite to eat at the Viking 430 restaurant mid-afternoon, and then we continued on to Pistolet Bay Provincial Park. Originally, we were supposed to be there around 4. We didn't get there till about 8:30 and set up camp, and we had dinner in the camp. In today's episode, we start off at Trout River and take that scenic drive back to Woody Point, and then we go through the town of Woody Point and then back, and then we continue on the Trans-Canada. Well, actually not the Trans-Canada, we do go up further north. So anyway, we continue up through the Gros Morne Park, and we stop off at Cow's Head, which is right there where Jim worked. And then this episode finishes at the Arches Provincial Park. However, we continue on from there. I didn't have my camera running because it was very bad weather and it was getting cold. And the temperature dropped about 3-4 degrees. It was around 14 to 16 degrees Celsius. We continued north along this route, along the coast, and then we ended up at Pistolet Bay Provincial Park up here, getting ready for our next day. heading up to Pistolet Bay. So we're just leaving Trout River. And there's 5 of us on this round. We may see others later, we'll see. So this is day 2 of being on the rock in Newfoundland. I had a good night's rest. The park is beautiful at Trout River. Facilities are wonderful, so all in all, quite nice. Looking forward to seeing what we see today. The other thing that's going to be happening today, which will be rather exciting for me, is that this motorcycle will turn 100,000 kilometers in about 50K. So I'll quickly take a picture of that and we'll be grand. Steep hill. Anyway, amazing view. These coves are something else. It's Newfoundland. What else can one say? And I had the privilege to come by and have a look at this. It is rather something. Cool. It's a very pretty town. Woody Point. Oh, look at this. very pretty indeed. As I'm riding up this hill, I notice my odometer is indicating 99,999 kilometers. So I pull to the side of the road, dig for my iPhone, and take a picture. And of course, it doesn't take very much longer before I hit 100,000 kilometers. I purchased this bike with 62,000 kilometers 3 years ago, and cause for celebration, 100,000 kilometers.
come into Cow's Head, and the first stop is the post office, so Jim can pick up his mail. We then stop at the Nurse Myra Bennett Center for the Performing Arts. So it's a bit of a busman's holiday here. This is where Jim spent the spring building sets, earning some extra money to do his motorcycle trips. And so he's going to give me a tour of the space. Here's the auditorium. This theater can also be a dinner theater as well. I get to hang out in the carpenter shop, and Jim is busily trying to find some brake pads that he had stashed away somewhere in the shop. It's a good-sized shop. I'm envious of how clean it is and how big it is, and the tools. A lot of nice sets have been created here under the hand of Jim. The Arches Provincial Park. The Arches showcase a geological formation formed over millions of years as a result of glacial action, wind, and water erosion, and other environmental changes. Severe storms continue to slowly change and erode the arches. In the future, they will probably be reduced to rock pillars or sea stacks. It will be a cold, damp night in Pistolet Provincial Park, Newfoundland.